you start to question these things because you realize, well, if I'm the creator of it all, then how is that something I have personally manifested in my past? Even though I personally think it's quite a bold video to talk about, but I wanted to address it because it's important to understand this concept of manifesting harm to yourself, especially when you're young and you don't have that understanding. In the end, it's always important that you find peace in whatever assumptions you are making. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Irresistible and I'm a manifestation and soul realignment coach. My channel is geared towards helping you become your highest potential so that you can create and live the extraordinary life that is your birthright. The topic of today's video is a bold topic. Does someone actually manifest abuse or childhood abuse? And I'm going to be sharing my own perspective and assumption about this topic. This is my point of view, and in the end, you must choose what brings you peace. So I'll be covering that in today's video. But before we get started, just a quick reminder that I offer both email and video coaching. So if you need help in manifesting any of your desires or in releasing any of your blocks, you definitely want to check out all my coaching options. They are in the description below. And I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon if you'd like to receive a notification anytime I upload a new video. So today's video is a question I've received a lot on my channel, and I've seen people talk about that in the manifesting community, or questions that are out there or topics that are covered. And I thought I would film this video, even though I personally think it's quite a bold video to talk about, but I wanted to address it because it's important to understand this concept of manifesting and this concept of manifesting harm to yourself, especially when you're young and you don't have that understanding. So I'm going to share with you my personal point of view. And this is what I assume, this is what I believe to be true. In the end, it's always important that you find peace in whatever assumptions you are making. So some people prefer to assume that they were victims of those circumstances. But as you learn about manifesting and as you become much more aware, you start to question these things because you realize, well, if I'm the creator of it all, then how is that something I have personally manifested in my past before knowing about manifesting? Obviously, you're always manifesting, but the key is, how did you bring on those undesired circumstances into your reality? How did you create that? Why did you expect that? So I'm going to be sharing my personal point of view. I filmed a video series a couple of weeks ago that explains consciousness and manifesting, my perspective on that. So I highly recommend you also watch those 3 videos. I will link the playlist above. And in that video, I explain how each one of us is a different perspective of one consciousness. It's a different point of view. We're an individuated point of view of one consciousness. And every one of us has their own unique essence, or if you want to think of it, state of consciousness, or a state in which you choose to experience this point of view. And that's what I call the signature essence. The signature essence is something that I learned from Bashar. And it's actually something that is covered in my soul realignment readings. I share with people what their energetic qualities are, and so then how they tend to show up in physical reality. And aside from that signature essence, there's also a theme that you choose to explore when you focus into physical reality. And that theme directs where you start your journey. So it's the family you choose, the environment you choose, the context in which you are born. And that puts you in the environment from which you will start your journey. The journey that every single one of us is here to experience. Of course, we all have different purposes, different things that invigorate us, and different things that we want to experience. But the whole purpose is to remember who we are. And I mentioned in that 3-part series that we all come from one consciousness, that there's only one energy to that, which is love. And for one consciousness to experience what love really means, because it knows only love, we come into physical form with this concept of love and fear, the two opposite, the polar opposites, duality. This is of the physical mind. And in order to know what love is, there is an element of not love, which is fear, there's anger, there's resentment, there's the scale of the negative emotions, which are variations of not being tapped into love. This helps one consciousness, through your perspective, experience what love is. And we all come with amnesia. We all come into a state of unconsciousness, unless we are born to parents or into an environment that understands and is aware that we are the creators of our reality. But essentially, we come into a lack of consciousness, a lack of awareness of who we really are, and we are here to remember. And in that unconsciousness, the environment that you come into is gonna put in a bit of a probability of what you may experience, because that is the theme you have chosen to explore. Essentially, what I'm saying is you have kind of chosen this before focusing into physical reality. What is the theme that you have chosen to explore? And so, yes, you've been kind of manifested from that environment, because when you're placed in a certain environment, that is going to be likely a probability of what you are going to experience from that state of unconsciousness. Remember, it's always a state of unconsciousness, but you're still manifesting, because you start to expect things, you start to assume that people have no limits, people will do things, you're in that context, right? So you're going to experience that. This is, again, my point of view. If that does not resonate with you, please, you don't have to accept that. Whatever brings you peace is perfectly okay. And if you feel it brings you more peace to assume that it is someone else, because in the end, that person is the way they are. You've chosen the context of someone who has their abusive nature. So in the end, you've chosen that before coming in. And, in the end, if you look at, let's say, Oprah, and many people who have come out and shared their past, the traumas of their past, the things they have experienced in their past, these are very brave people, and anyone who's experienced that is a very brave soul, because there is that element of helping others deal with that. Going back to Oprah, she created a platform in which she has helped so many people deal with that, and her coming out and saying this was her story has helped so many other people as well. So there is that element of, you're a brave soul who has chosen this, and there is a purpose for you to experience that and helping others in the process. So it's not just about you seeing yourself as choosing a life of struggle, but there is also a theme that you have chosen to explore, and there is that sense of purpose that comes with it. So in the end, yes, you are the one who also chose it from a higher perspective. You've chosen the context in which you're going to experience this physical reality, which is the starting point, And then that kind of drives the theme that you have chosen to explore in this physical reality. And this helps one consciousness experience itself through this point of view. Your one consciousness is just one point of view in order to truly learn what love is. And in the end, whoever has chosen those extreme cases of abuse, they are brave souls. They have chosen to do this before coming here in order to help others in some way. Again, this is my perspective, and if you don't resonate with it, that's perfectly okay. I just wanted to share that because a lot of people still have that question, and I wanted to share my point of view on that. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please like, comment, and share, and I look forward to seeing you again in another video.